What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is Keegs and
Kate.
So today we are doing a mukbang.
Mukbang.
That thing. I don't know much about it. Kate does. I'm just going with this one.
Yeah, so basically it's you get a bunch of food and then we'll answer questions while we're eating. That's basically it.
So yeah, guys, huge shout out here to Paco. If you guys haven't ever tried them, you need to. They are the best. They are based in Bay West. The most amazing stuff. Like, oh my word, it's probably our favorite food. So yeah, we got a bag of Paco. They just got delivered. And yeah, so it's time to do this. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it is so good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, it's so sticky. Oh.
So good.
Oh man, come on.
One thing though, my boyfriend knows I don't like tomato. He always gets the tomato on for me.
I forget. Okay, no, I get it most of the time. It's off, but recently I forgot.
Don't like tomatoes.
Yeah, I
I
forgot.
love tomato sauce. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
But I don't like tomatoes.
We always tease her and we say, yeah, would you like some like tomato sauce? I mean, would you like some egg with her tomato sauce? Or would she, whatever. It's just, she literally stacks it. So yeah, all the questions we put on Kate's phone because obviously we can't with mine. So yeah, we're just going to check them from there.
Okay, so the first question is, where are you guys staying for lockdown and how has lockdown treated you? So we've been staying at Keegan's house with his mom and them. Another question was, do we live together? So it kind of ties in with this. No, we don't live together. We plan on maybe next year sometime if everything goes well, because I should graduate from varsity next year or the end of this year. So then middle next year, April-ish, we should move into our own place together.
Yeah, like if you mean technical, we don't live together, but we always at each other's houses. So whether she's out, I'm there. I mean, we always with each other, but technically we don't live together. Okay, next one. What is the dumbest way you've been injured? So for me, I don't know. Like, I mean, I've injured like everything in my body, but I think probably the dumbest that I can think of right now is, I don't know if you guys ever tried this when you were children. Now, where I live, my house is like kind of on like a little bit of a hill. So as kids, we used to run all the way to the top of the hill and ride our scooters and skateboards and everything down. So what we used to do was I'd sit on my scooter, like your legs on everything, and hold your handlebars up there, and we'd go down. And the one day I was doing something, and like I did it so many times, I was trying to show off, and I lost balance, and I just hit the cement. And as I did that, my knee hit my mouth, and obviously that impact, I bit straight through my tongue, like straight through. That I came running, I was this little kid, I was crying my eyes out. I just went to my mom and she's like, what's wrong? And I showed it, and like literally there was this blood everywhere. So that was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Oh gosh, mine's bad. So when I was younger, I think I was like 8 or 9, could have been older than that to be honest. We have a family friend that has like a small holding, and we had those tiny 4-wheelers, you know, like those kiddie ones. And I was riding on the 4-wheeler, and the throttle got stuck open. So my first instinct was I'm going down a hill, like, oh crap. So I jumped off of it, and the 4-wheeler literally spun around and drove right over me. So I was literally laying on the floor, and I'd just been ridden over for my own 4-wheeler that I was riding. Yeah, I've never broken a bone. That's an interesting fact. I've never broken a bone. So
who hasn't, guys? Caitlin clearly is the only person on this planet.
I was hardcore as a child. I also fell off beds and trampolines and stuff, but I never broke bones. But yeah, that's probably the dumbest way I've been injured.
Just like for your information, you just lay on her now too much, and she complains you're breaking her ribs. So that hardcore child.
Heavy. He's literally like 90 kgs, and I weigh like. Okay. Let's not say how much I weigh, but
that's a touchy topic, guys. I was 104. I'm now like 95.
He squashes me. His favorite thing to do is I'll be laying on the bed. He comes, he lays on top of me, and he lifts his arms up. He's like airplane.
Yeah, guys. So you haven't done it, try it. It is the funniest thing in the world, especially if you have a smaller girlfriend than you.
Okay, and then what have you always wanted to do but been too scared to try?
I mean, the obvious, I think we've spoke about it, is probably YouTube. I mean, we've said we wanted to do this for so long and we just never did.
Yeah, we were so
But
scared.
for me personally, I think I've always been a big person into fitness and stuff like that. And I've never competed in a proper bodybuilding show yet. Because obviously, I mean, the guys have to wear like those man thongs and things. And that's
He's
not...
more scared of the man thong than actually competing.
that's just not my thing, eh? Like, even if you have the best body, you shredded to bits, I can't imagine standing in front of like thousands of people in this little thong. Like, I can't. So that's something I haven't done yet.
Funny fact is, the other day he tried on his Pearson Speedo for me. It was so funny. I almost died. I'm exposing you.
I was gonna say that was low key. This is her. I won't take photos. I won't tell anyone. And yeah, she's on a YouTube video.
Which is so funny. Okay, for me, I think I already tried it though. I got a tattoo. You can ask him. I was so petrified to get one. Like that, I'm still scared to do it though. So I feel like it still qualifies.
I mean,
as
guys,
the
if
question.
you haven't seen a tattoo, just show them quickly. It's classified as a micro tattoo, okay? So, if you don't know, I mean, a micro tattoo, you literally, it's done in like 5-10 minutes, like honestly. And that would have been her. I promise you, in the first 1 minute, like he literally just started touching her. 30 seconds, like, are we done yet? Are we done yet? Oh,
I
can't look. I was like, oh my word, this is...
and then, I was like, my poor ego, like imagine me walking out of East Coast with half a micro tattoo. I was like, I couldn't do it to myself. I had to just lay there and take it. I mean, I want to get more. I've got so many ideas, you can ask him. But I think that's something I'm still a bit scared to do, is to get more, because I know they're permanent and like they're there forever. So you have to love it. And if you don't love it, don't get it. Don't. Okay.
No, I agree with that, guys. I mean, I put a poll up on Instagram the other day. So somewhere in the future, maybe next week or whatever, I will be forming a tattoo to it. I think we'll touch more on topic about that. I mean, Kate will sit in on the video. He's a little special guest. And she'll also have a little input on it. But for me, that is something you need to do. Especially when it comes to tattoos, you need to be sold on it. It is, yes, there's all the things you can do to remove it. But in the long scheme of things, you don't want to do that because it does scar your body.
Because you're stuck with it forever. And imagine being like a granny one day and you have this tattoo that you regret.
So I do say, always live your life to the fullest. Don't hold yourself back, but also don't do something stupid, if that makes sense. Okay, well, that's it is from them, but yeah, this is actually the guy that owns East Coast. I love them, him and his wife Tony. Awesome
Big
people.
shout out to them, they are
love them
amazing
so
people.
much. And his question was, what's the views getting? So honestly, this is actually something we wanted to say. Like, our views at the moment after 2 videos are over 1,000 watches
together.
Our watch time is like over 10k, 90 subscribers after like 2 videos, and I mean,
it's only been like 2 days.
I mean,
days.
it is small, guys, in the big
of
scheme of things,
course.
but like, sorry, YouTube is a whole nother ball game.
And I think
the support you guys have been giving us is unreal.
I think as beginners, I mean, this is literally our like 3rd video. For what we're getting and stuff. It's really amazing, and like, we're so grateful, and we don't know what we'd do without you guys so far. I mean, you've given us so much support and love, and we are literally two videos down and we have 90 subscribers already. It's 90 people. That's what I say to them. It's 90 whole people that have decided that they want to see more videos of us. Like, it means so much in the bigger scheme of things. Okay, the next one. What would be your advice to people still in high school? I mean, that's a generalized question.
Yeah, honestly, guys, for me personally, what I would really say, if I look back at it, I loved high school. Like, when I look back at it now, I'm like, you know what? Yes, you complain, oh, I hate school. But honestly, high school was a ball. I loved it. But I must say, whether you a sportsman like I was, or even you could be both, or you are just on the academic side, I really do think you need to put more focus on it. Like, everyone always says it to you guys, and I even sit back there, I'm like, you know what, my grades could have really been better. If I literally came home, yes, I had a very busy schedule, but if I sat for 1 hour a day and did work, like, how much better my marks would have been. And that helps of things in the big scheme of things, and you need to think of that. Like, I know it's so stressful when you're young, but you do need to think of that. So I really just think is take things seriously, but live life. Enjoy it. Like, you're only going to have a high school once in your life. Enjoy it. Make the friends you want. Make memories. But also just think of where you're going in the future, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think as well. I mean, I did really well in school in grade 11 and grade 12. Those were the years that I peaked. But when I was in primary school and then in high school, the first 2 years, 8 and 9, I didn't concentrate. I took it, it was a drill to me. I had so much fun, absolute blast. But then obviously it affected my grades. And Keegan and I were actually sitting talking about it the other night, where I said, if I had focused more in school, I think my career choice on what I would have gone into would have been so different than it is now.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love the course that I'm doing now. I think I'm going to absolutely enjoy it. It's definitely going to be something that I'm enjoying, like, as a career. But was it my first option? No. My first option would have been to be a vet. Yes, I'm a little bit squeamish when it comes to human blood and stuff. Like, he knows, like, if he has a cut on him and he's bleeding, don't come near me, I will pass out. Like, I can't do blood.
I'm sorry, but I'm exposing her. She knows what's coming because she wants to expose me.
Okay.
I had a really bad ingrown toenail on my right foot, but I only got really bad because I left it for so long. I was like, ugh, I'll do it. And I kept like trying to literally pull it out. But what happened was, where I tried to pull it out, I did pull, and then you obviously tear that last bit out. A piece broke off and was actually stuck there in my toe. So I kept pulling this thing out, and the pain and the infection almost never went away because it was actually
a
little piece that was stuck in there. So I had to go and get this thing cut. So I mean, they inject my toe. But now the doctor comes to me.
I don't like the smell of a hospital or a clinic. Yeah.
This, like, guys, this is honestly such a funny story. So he comes to me, he's like, no, it's a little needle. So I'm like, I'm not going to watch it because if I think of it, it gets in my head. As long as I don't look, it's not going to bother me. So I'm with my sister and I'm with Kate and we're doing this, and they're like, oh my word, Keegan, you need to look at this. Because he pulls out, it's a little needle. This needle's like this long. And my toe is only like this width, but the needle's this long.
Yeah.
That he sticks it in the one side, that this needle is bending.
The needle was doing this in his toe.
In my toe.
I remember
they're now. Like, oh my word, you need to look at this. I'm like, no, I'm not looking at that.
And I'm trying not to pass out because to me, for me, it's I can think of the pain that it is, and that's what makes me pass out. So I was looking at this, it's bending in his toe. I'm like, I'm gonna pass out.
So what happens is, he's like, I'm fine to get through it. Because he does it twice. And I'm like, oh my word, okay, it's done. Then he goes, okay, we'll do the other side. So I'm like, what? He's like, no, it's the nail. So yes, we work on the one side, we have to do the other. So he does it the other side. And then he says, okay, your foot's numb. He tries to cut, and I'm like, I can feel that. It hurts. So he stops, injects me again. So another needle on both sides. Kill it. And we left it for a bit. So we're sitting there chatting, and they just told me, like, oh my word, they've never seen that. It was so good. This needle was bending, like, around my toe.
I was really not feeling well, but I didn't say anything to them because I was like, no, I don't want to be a chicken. Like, I need to seriously put this through.
Yeah, but they could see she wasn't like it. So they kept saying, if you feel like you're going to faint, just sit down.
Because I went pale. I went so pale.
No, I'm fine. As he starts cutting, I'm like, oof, it's uncomfortable, but let's just do it. I want this toe gone. 2 seconds of him cutting, obviously the nail starts bleeding. I just hear this bang, ba, ba, ba. I'm like, oh my word. I turn to the side, I'm laying on this bed, and Kate's on the floor. She's out. She's gone. Like, deep sleep, gone.
I passed out solidly.
Like, I was like, oh my word, I want to get to it, but this oak is working on my toes, so I can't move. I'm like, baby, are you okay?
So gross.
So the nurse goes and helps her. The doctor just goes on cutting. My sister's freaking out.
I couldn't do it. I was like, Then they made me go sit outside for the rest of the procedure. I was like, I couldn't do it.
Funny, guys.
I said, I tried so hard. I wanted to be there for him to support him, but no, I was out. It was awful. Yeah, it was crap funny. And I had like a concussion, I swear. I hit that floor and the cupboard.
That was bad.
Oh yeah, this one's for you.
Oh yeah, this one's from Callum. It's a question for Keegan. What tips do you have for someone that is trying to bulk up? Okay, like, this is something I could go like so deep into, but honestly, when it comes to it, as far as my personal experiences, like, guys, if you don't know me, I don't have a degree in this stuff. I don't have anything. It's all personal experiences. I've been gymming for about 5 years now. 5 years. I started when I was like end of 16. So 5 years going. And what I'd say, especially if you're bulking, the biggest thing you need to do is you need to focus on the way you train. So almost a mixture of strength training. You kind of wanting to go for more, still get a few good reps in, but like if I say you're doing 6 sets, I'd say do 2 sets where you can rep it out, your high rep ranges. Your other 4, go for something that's maybe a bit lower to really get that in there. Your rest periods in between sets is obviously going to increase a lot more. So you can push for strength instead of fatiguing the muscle. And then what you want to do, you need to focus on your compound movements. That's always the key, no matter what you're doing in the gym. And the biggest thing is you need to work on your diet. Guys, I can never stress this enough. People never understand, like, oh, I'm going to gym. If your diet's not working, you're not going to get the results that you're wanting. I'm not saying
we've been having cheat
I'm
meals
not saying change your lifestyle, but just think a bit different. I will maybe try to touch on this on another topic, another video, but yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, what makes your relationship work besides the basic principles? So do you want me to answer this one?
Yeah, you can. I'm hungry.
Okay, so for us, I think we have probably a very different relationship to most people, like the way that we do things. It works for us, how we do it. Same as what we mentioned in the first video, we do keep each other in the loop a lot so that we don't get FOMO, because from experience, I think that if you feel left out, you then get jealous, and the jealousy comes in, and then spitefulness comes in, and all those things, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's doing this, I'm gonna do this just to get back at him, kind of thing. And I think with us as well, compromise is a big thing. Like, we try and meet in the middle. So if he doesn't like something and I don't like something, we try and meet in the middle to get like an outcome that's happy for both of us. It's not always easy, because sometimes you feel so passionate, like you want something this way for a reason, your partner just doesn't see it. Then it's like you try and meet in the middle. We also, what else, like, can you say that's like off, like the basics?
I don't know, like, it's hard. Like, if you're going to say the basics, like they always say that whole opposites attract for me, but to an extent. You can be opposite, but there must be some similarities, because those similarities is what you guys can bond on. Yeah. So to me, I think that's what we do is, yes, we are very, very different. I mean, she plans everything, I'm spontaneous. I mean, she's small, I'm tall. She's blonde, I'm dark hair. I'm covered in tattoos, she's not. Like, you can go on with this list forever in like the visual things.
I think there's lots of superficial differences between us, but like for example, what you said with the whole different but stuff that you can bond on. The perfect example is when coming into our relationship, yes, I like to work out. Always did. Not to the extent that he does. So we were different in that sense. Like, for me, I enjoyed something else. Tanning, for example. Perfect example. I used to tan like religiously, where he was in the gym religiously. So now we kind of meet in the middle, and he's like, come in our gym with him, and he teaches me, do it like this. This is how the technique should be.
I think, as you're saying, like, I definitely think the growth for that is you guys need to find something as a couple you can have quality time with. And then that quality time is what makes you bond and makes you stronger as a couple.
Things that you guys are different on, try and help each other, include each other. So if someone in the relationship is like loves art and is an artist, get your partner to come paint with you. An example, but you know what I mean? Like, try and find the common ground. And you always have to remember that just because someone's different to you and their mindset's different, the way they think, doesn't make them a bad person, doesn't make them less of a person. You have to learn from each other and grow. Like, so many people have told me that I've made him more gentle, because he is a very tough, macho guy. He's made me more patient and learn to deal with things. Because I also in the beginning used to be a very aggressive person. Like, my on-take to things was like, but now I've learned to be more calm. So there is both things where we help each other.
I think just to finish that question off, the one thing that just came to mind, which is really good. As a couple, especially most of you watching, we're all young. Enjoy it. Have fun in the relationship. Don't take everything so serious. I mean, we used to do that because you're so focused on growing up. Life just hits you so fast.
Especially mature ages. You feel like your life is on your shoulders, because like, what do you do now? But honestly, take it as it comes. Enjoy the relationship. Like, best thing you can do is have fun. Don't concentrate so much on the serious parts. Yes, take the serious part serious, but don't like focus on it, you know.
Okay, well, the one question is...
It's a hectic question.
any of you two suspect the other is guilty of infidelity. Now, honestly, I didn't even know what that meant.
I had to explain to him what
Credits to you, my
infidelity.
brother. I didn't even know what that meant, so she
I
had
had
to explain to
him.
me. But to me personally, I don't at all. We are in such a good place in our relationship at the moment. I really don't. Yes, we have our fights, we bicker, but that is something I definitely don't suspect. Like we mentioned in one of our other videos, maybe when I was in a long distance relationship, because then there's things that are going through your head at 1,000 miles per hour.
I think if you
so maybe then, but where we are at the moment, definitely
not. No, I don't think so either. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Something very different. We've never done something like this before. So let us know if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you, and please go and like and subscribe this video.
Yeah, if you haven't yet, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
Woo.
Okay, cheers, guys.
Bye.